you did in the dark. So light 'em up.
All right. It's time to light them up. It's time for the only show on the air blending sports, fitness, science, and you. Yes, it's time for Fitness from the Ground Up. I'm your host, Zig Ziegler, the sports kinesiologist. Hey, today we're talking about golf. Hey, the Masters is happening. Looks like somebody has returned. Oh, yes, he is lighting it up himself today. It's the return of Tiger Woods. He made the cut. First of all, he came back, made the cut, and today he's on fire. He's about 4 under through 11 holes. Hey, he's just lighting it up down there, and I got a little bit to say about Tiger because, you know, I'm a fan of Tiger Woods. But I've read and I've written and I've read some things about him that, if you really pay attention to what I'm writing about Tiger and what's being written about Tiger, there's some inconsistency, or been some inconsistency in his swing and his game and so forth. And gosh, you know what? If you listen to the golf enthusiasts, they're all over the board. It's his head, it's his swing, it's his swing coaches. He's doing this, he's doing that. They got all kinds of advice and insight for Tiger Woods. But at the end of the day, it comes down to one thing, and that is Tiger Woods' body. How does Tiger look? Okay, remember I talked about in my blog a lot of the things that are going wrong with his body. But how does he look today? Well, he looks balanced. Yeah, he looks balanced. He's very stable in his swing, swinging a little more under control, not quite as aggressively as he has previously looked like he's swinging. I mean, in some of his swings before today, he's almost looked desperate, trying to get the club back to the ball as he was fighting something or working against his body. Today, it looks like he's using his body as a tool as opposed to using the club as a tool around his body. He looks flexible. Yeah, he looks flexible. What else does he look like? From swing to swing, from day one through today, his swing is repeatable. That's important. Not where his club is going. I'm talking about his body. Because every golfer is good at making the club go where it needs to go. But the key to Tiger Woods and his success and his return is his body doing what it's supposed to do? Is it repeating the positions and the postures, swing after swing, day after day? I was talking to some of my staff the other day, and one of the things that I noticed, or they asked me, hey, what's the difference between Tiger today and Tiger years ago? I said the difference was when Tiger scored 62 in comparison to other golfers who scored 62, Tiger's worst was different than their worst. So let's take the average PGA golfer. If they had a phenomenal round, scored 62, let's humble ourselves a little bit. Let's say they scored 64. Okay? So if they scored 64, their worst score over the course of those 4 days was 74. Oh, yeah, there was about a 10-shot swing. Okay, let's be conservative and say some of them had an 8-shot swing. The difference in Tiger in those days, in his early days when he was winning, was Tiger, if he shot 64, his worst was 69. There was only a 5-shot differential throughout the course of the round. Look at it. Go back and look it up. When Tiger was winning the Masters, when he won all those majors, look at the consistency in his score. Okay, and I'm not talking about his scoring average. I'm talking about from day to day during the week. 64 to 69. There were no big drops for Tiger. Okay, if there was a big drop for Tiger, it was after he started to suffer all of these injuries. Back in the day, before the early 90s, there were 3 components that golf instructors or people believe were a part of the development of the ultimate golfer, and one of those was expert instruction. All right, teaching all aspects of the game. This was important. You got to know the rules. You got to know, what to do in this situation and that situation. You got to know. You got to have your short game. You got to have the basic fundamentals. You got to have your specialty shots, and you got to be able to putt. You got to be able to putt. Okay, because you got the putter in your hand every single hole, unless you get lucky. Mental training. That was another aspect. Mental training was another aspect of the game that instructors felt were important. Hey, we got to get your mind right. You got to focus. You got to visualize. You got to do all these things to get yourself ready to play. Because if you get inside your own head, then you'll get things like they call it the yips, or you'll struggle with, this club or that club. You can't hit this. You can't hit that. Mental aspects. So I got news for you. Mental aspects go out the window when your brain knows your body's tired. Okay? I don't care how mentally focused you are. When you're tired, you are tired. And when you're tired, you have trouble maintaining balance and repeating your swing. That's one of the biggest impacts of fitness, is it helps you with repeatability. Fitness helps you repeat your swing. How does it do that? We're going to get into that as we go along. So the third thing that was most important was equipment. If you got the right golf equipment, oh, look out. In fact, right now, there's still a lot of golfers that believe if I just go out and get that new driver, it's going to give me an extra 20 yards. No, it's not, because you're still the one swinging it. The driver itself isn't doing it. Now, there are lots of technology tweaks that have happened to golf equipment, lots of advancements in technology. Gosh, if you think about, back in the 1950s or 1930s or 1900s, when you played with a stick, and it was literally a stick, okay, a little different now when you're playing with graphite and, all these special technology that goes into making a golf club. Lots of advantages to this new equipment, okay? But it's still your body. That's the only piece of equipment that you are taking out there every single day. Because next year you're going to get a new driver. But what are you going to do when your knee starts to fall apart? Okay? What are you going to do when your back really starts to give you trouble? I got a little bit of a soundbite from Tiger because, he gave a great press conference the other day. And he talked about the changing aspects of the game. Here's what Tiger had to say.
That's what's out there. These kids are athletic. Rory can play other sports. You look at other guys now that you get guys who are bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic, take care of themselves. Where golf used to be like a leisurely pastime, now is considered a sport, and people are training like that, and that's neat to see.
Now, there's 6 components. Let's go through those 6 components. Basic instruction. They call it basic instruction now. You don't need all this advanced instruction. I mean, you do, but basic instructions, you got to have a foundation. Shot making skills, this is important. Then course management, they call it now. You got to understand your course. You got to know the course. I mean, if you look at these pro golfers now, they're out there on the course taking notes. They're not just in those practice rounds. Oh, yes, they're making note of what the ball did when they were on this part of the green or on that part of the green. All right. Other aspects that are important, they call it mental and emotional now. Not just mental and emotional. Oh, yeah, you got to have control of both. Then you got equipment. But now there's a new category here, okay, because when you look at those other 5, they really just kind of broke them out. They added to them. But the newest category is physical conditioning, golf fitness. Oh, yeah, golf fitness, that's the newest area. It's the area that's made the biggest impact on the game itself. If you look around today, all these young guys show up at the tour event with their trainers. There's a fitness trailer now on the tour that wasn't there back in 1995. Wasn't there when Jack played. Wasn't there when Ben was doing his thing. If you think about what has transpired over the years, you see a different physical specimen on the golf course. Oh, yeah, it used to be that you look at golfers and go, it's golf. They're not athletes. You got to hit a ball, and sometimes you get to ride a cart, but you hit a ball, you walk a course. You hit a ball, you walk a little bit. Where's the athleticism in that? Tiger Woods changed that. And as a result, the game is different. I mean, the guy had bulging biceps and strong quads and a big muscular chest for a golfer, I guess I should say. And people say, whoa, you don't need all that. But now you need it. Oh, now you need it. Hey, this is Fitness from the Ground Up. And we're talking golf fitness today, right here on the only show on the air that's tuned into your health and fitness lifestyle.
Songs know what you did in the dark. So light 'em up.